welcome to my video. Today I wanted to talk about using what you feel comfortable. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about the tools here. I talked about using tools that they have available through Thinkorswim, and I'm not a computer savvy. I don't know about you, but I'm not. My husband is a computer savvy. Whatever the job that we have to do, there's always something that we're really good at. And there's some things that we're not really good as other areas in our jobs. So I want to talk about that. As I'm going to create my 4-day chart here. So sure, I could change this like days, like, 1-day movement, 5-day movement, and know how to change my color coordination so that I see all same charts here, like same company, but 4 different movement. In other words, 1 day, 5-day, and I could change this to like 10-day movement. However, I want to create my chart. Since I'm going to be doing anywhere between about 5, 7 to 10 or 12-day trade, I will look at this all 20-day different movements here within the company UAL. But that just goes to show you that I know how to navigate this Thinkorswim when it comes to changing charts. But when it comes to like using a tool, for example, like let's just say I want to use a tool with the Thinkorswim. Obviously, I'm not really good at it. But what I'm good at is using this pen here. This is what I feel comfortable using. So first of all, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go back to just 1-day movement. So I could just navigate, take my pointers, arrows, and just click on 1 square, because in the past I did 4 squares. And you could do many squares as one. If we wanted to look at this, look at that. You could look at so many charts, different days all at once. So, and of course you have to, link this to, yellow. And I got, 1, 5, 10, 20 day. And you could even change this to like different days as well. But no need to do that. I mean, 4 or 5 is plenty. I just look at like 4 movements at a time. But what I want to do is I want to share tools that I feel comfortable using. And I'm going to just go to 1-day movement here, or even a 10-day movement. It doesn't matter. But I'm at 1 day, 1 minute movement. And if I was to use a drawing tools from the Thinkorswim, I just go right in here. And I could just hover over here. And I could choose any of these drawing tools that I want to use. Now, I have used the Fibonacci retracement tool before. And I have used the trend lines, things like that. But everything else, I don't really feel comfortable using. But let's just say if I was to use Thinkorswim platform or any other platforms that you're using, that using their drawing tools that are available within a platform, whatever it is, that's fine. If you're computer savvy, it's more easier for you. That's great, more to it. But I just kind of trying to tell you that I don't really feel comfortable using a drawing tool because I didn't practice enough to really get good at it. And word computer just kind of scares me. But I don't know how in the world that I learned to do my option trading so well that I'm making about 40, 50,000 a week, or 1 to 4 days even. That's because I practiced for a whole year in 2016. When I retired in 2015, December, came 2016, January, I had no place to go to because I retired. It was my choice to retire early. So then I thought to myself, why not practice what I learned? I paid money to take option trading, and I decided that I would practice every day. That's how I got good at it. So now if I was to take the same amount of time and practice using my drawing tools, I'm sure I'll be like that very fast. But I didn't. I was focusing on using the platform of Thinkorswim, just making money, setting up my option trading and what strike prices I should choose, when to close, when to open, all that. But I did not practice using the drawing tools. So as years went by, my husband was studying the platform and he discovered all these different gadgets and things that you could use. And so that's how I got introduced. And he's like, did you know you could do this and that with this platform? I was like, what? I don't know. So he did all that. But he was making money because he was more intrigued about learning about the platforms, the things that he could do within this, TOS platforms, but not me. I was like, this is intriguing. I can make money. So I focused on doing option trading and coming up with my own strategies by doing so. And my husband was able to be educated about all these different things that you could use, like for even using like a calculator here. I didn't know that. There's a quick chart, quick notes and things like that, scratch pad. So you could like do that and you could start like writing a scratch pad, take notes and things like that. So what I'm trying to say is this: when I was working for corporate world, I loved my job, but I was really, really good at engaging with my patients. Like I love talking to them and listening to them and things like that. But when it comes to like checking my email, I didn't like checking my email. Again, why? Because it's a computer. And I liked the olden days where I was working for doctors. We didn't have to worry about, we had to chart for, individual patients, but we didn't have to use a computer way back then. Remember, I did that for 33 years as a certified medical assistant. We documented everything, notes, charts and things like that, but never had to use a computer. But then over the years, I had to learn to use a computer and I got really uncomfortable. And yet newcomers, they they were trained to use a computer when they went to school for certified medical assistant. So here I am. I'm using the platform to use the, option trading. But when it comes to using, like my drawing tools and things like that, no, I didn't feel too comfortable. So what I did is, instead of doing this, I purchased, once I made enough money, of course, you don't have to make a lot of money, but I thought there's got to be a better way. And so my husband did some research and he thought he would have an answer for me. And we found this pen, and you could use this pen to draw your trend lines, circle, make arrows, to anything you want right from your chart. And I thought, oh my gosh, that is exciting, because I didn't want to spend time using this drawing tools. I much feel comfortable using this pen, but this is a special pen. It costs $70. But when I talk about making money, and money is tool for me, I use money as a tool for my business and things like that. So when my husband discovered this, and I thought, oh my gosh, I love it. So I'm going to show you what I could do with this pen. But first, let me show you what I would do with these drawing tools. Okay, so if I was to click on drawing tools and I would hover over this drawing tool here and then choose, I would just use my trend line, for example, and I would just draw a line here and see how far has this markets come down. So first it came down in here, so I could just stop right at there. But then look at this, it just dropped way, way below. So earlier, when I was looking at this chart, and the lows was like 37.58. Now it's below 37. So look at that. Now, if I was to draw like a trend line on 10-day movement, I would have to probably because if I was to leave this at 1 day and just leave it at, change this to 10-day, this trend line is going to be off. Okay, or it's not even showing actually. So if we were to do it like maybe 5-day and see how it's way down here, this doesn't make any sense at all, because we should draw a line, trend line in here. We could start right in here, right there. Okay. And from here, okay, there we go. And then look at this. That's from 1 day. So what I would want to do is like click there. First of all, I have to go to drawing tools here, right there. See, I told you I'm not really good at it. Click and drawing tools and undo added trend lines. That would erase this one. But remove drawings or delete drawings, it would just delete all. Drawing set. Well, that's drawing set name. Drawing, removing drawings, clear drawing set, all drawing set. Maybe I'll just do all drawing set. Well, I'll just clear the drawing set here. How's that? Okay. Yes, I do. So it would just clear all my drawing sets. But then if I wanted to like make a circles or arrows, then I would have to go back here where the things that I feel comfortable using is this pen. So I'll show you what I could do with this one. So much easier. So under here, you'll say annotate. There's different things that you could use, but I'm going to be using this annotate here. Okay. When I click on that, it gives me all these different functions, the things that I could use. This is the razor. This is if I want to change the colors, I could choose color to like blue or pink or purple, whatever the color it is. So since this already has a red and green, so I probably want to use like maybe pink might be good. Okay. Now, so it changes my format as pink color. And I'm going to maybe go to click here, like hover over it, and I could choose all this. So I was to click that. Now I'm ready to draw my trend line using my pen. So here we go. It's more like a home style. But if I want to do it straight, so I'm going to erase this. So I'm going to go over here, take a razor, click right on the line, and it's supposed to raise for me. There you go. But again, if I wanted to go draw right in here, click on that, click right in here, right? And you could see the pencil means like I could draw. So if I was to draw like a straight line of my trend line here, so what do I want to accomplish? If I want to look at the chart for 1 day movement, for example, okay, I may have to move this over there. There we go. Say I want to close my UAL today, and then I would probably change this to, I have to close this out for right now. And I would just move it to 1 day movement. Okay. And how do I read this chart? First of all, like what do I have to close? I have this set up at 33.34 and it is at 36.10. The reason I set it up at 33.34 is because when I studied this chart earlier for like many 4 different chart, I changed that to like maybe 5 day here. And I will color code link so that I don't have to put in UAL each time, punching, like instead of writing it out like a UAL like that, much slower, I would just color coordination, link it. And then I would just put this a 10-day movement and link to yellow and change this to, instead of 1 year, I'll just put 20 day. So the reason I put 33.73, because right here, my 20-day movement says it's gone lowest market was 33.73. But earlier, the lowest market on even 5 day, you could see is like 36.02, but it was 7 is 34.77, 10-day movement. So as market goes up and down, in this case, it's gone really low, like low, close to lower as 1 day movement, 36.02 and it's 36.16. So 14 cents difference between current market and the lowest market in 1 day. So I set my pre-closing order to close it when it is 33.73. That's when I'm going to make more money than I'm making right now. So right now I'm making $3,845 or $41. It is keep moving back and forth. But this morning, when I looked at this, I was making like $2,410 on this UAL. Now, I don't know if you guys know how to read this, your current positions. So by looking at this, this tells me that I bought Delta on a down trade. So I set up an option trading on the Delta Airlines with the one contract, but UAL, I sold stocks, 10 shares of stocks. I sold it at $40 per share. And now it's below what I sold it for. So because it is below 40, it's 36.27, I'm making money. So when I say you can make money selling your stocks or buying your stocks, so in this case, I sold it and hoping the market would go down, which it did. It's going down low, below 40. So I'm making almost, $3,700. So right now it's at 36.23, and I want this to go down to 33.34. But let's just say I want to close this today. So what I would do is I would look at the chart today and say, looking at let's look at this 1 day movement so I could use my pen that I feel comfortable using. So we'll just change that to 1 day movement here. And if this reaches to 3602, I could close it and make more than $3,500. So what I would do is I would kind of make maybe like draw a line here, right? And I would use this, my pen, and I would go to annotate here. And it's up here now. And I will use my drawing and I could just use that. Now I'm going to use my pen, and this pen has to have like a green light on here. You could see that, right? Right there, green light. So I'm going to draw a line here. So that is current marker right now. And if I was to, I'm going to change my color to maybe dark blue. And I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to, it's already in there, right? But I believe I could circle it. So 3627 is current market. And if it goes to right in here. So by marking, by drawing your trend lines or circling it and things like that, if you were to look at it right away, instead of like, oh, it stands out more on your chart. So instead of saying, I wonder, 3602 and 3628, or you could even make a chart here, like draw a line here, right in here. So if it goes starting to climb up to somewhere in here, 36, close to like 30, let me just X out this here. So you could see my market here. So if it goes up like 36.31 and close to like 36.72 where I have my line, then maybe I may want to close now because I don't want my market to go up that far. Then I would be making less money. But you want to clear this out if you want to look at the monitor because it's over your writings here. But by looking at the chart, so maybe I want to just close right now, or maybe wait till it's gone, a little below 36.29. Maybe it was like 36.17 or so. So you could kind of draw a line like that. But I like this freestyle because like I could draw a line. Well, I got to do this again. Like we cannot forget the steps. What do we got to do? So here's annotate here. And I'm going to write in here, close this to make my candlesticks bigger or smaller, whatever. If you want to look like normal like that, you could do that. Or you're going to make it a little bit more like this. It's up to you. But you could also, you have to know all these different steps. It's not really that hard. So you go in here, you would annotate and write in here. You could take your razor and you could erase that. Or you could go in here, go to razor, or you could even clear all drawings. Easy. Why do a step by step? Clear my drawings, clear all drawings. See, it's disappeared. But if I wanted to draw a line, just a straight line, I'd take my pen. Again, I have to go back because like if I just use this, it won't work. Like I'm writing it right now. It's not going to work. But I have to make sure that I have this thing pulled up here and go to drawing. Okay. And then I could draw. This is 1 day movement. And I want to maybe make my candlesticks a little bit even smaller than this. I could just go like this. And then I could go back and use my pen by using annotation here. There we go, annotation. And now I could go in here and then now I could draw a line. So I could draw a line with using my pen here. I mean, obviously, if I was to do that, it's my home style, which I feel comfortable. And I could do circles and I could do arrows down, arrows up, like that. You could do all kinds of fun things. Look at that. See, you could read my chart. I like this. Even though it may not be like a straight line, like if I was to use my trend line with the computer, but this works for me. Or you could even I'm going to clear this, and maybe I could even go using this point at the top, right? Wherever I want to go. So if I don't like that, it's Cricut, then I could just clear. And I just go back in here. And I could go at the top. Or I could go to this top and draw a pretty straight line there. But, you know, if you use this, it's not straight. But if you use that, it's a straight, just like using the other drawing tools from the computer. So it's kind of cool. I wanted to show you guys different things. But if I was to use this again, and let's just use this like arrow. And if I was to click right in here, well, I mean, not click, using a pencil. See how it moves up, bend down, and gives the arrow up there. And if I want to say, I want to see, you know, you can make a Cricut or a straight or whatever. There you go. See, that's cool. And you could even change colors. Let's just say I'm going to erase all this. Let's say I'm going to do it like just a straight, not diagonal, but just straight. So if I was to go like this, make sure that I'm in a drawing and I'm at this, right? And then it just goes straight. So you could go like this, right? But you could just go draw a straight line. So that's much better than the way how I was using this format where this drawing, and then if I was to draw it, it does not draw straight. Now I want to use a different color. And maybe I want to use like this bright pink, or some of you may say it's a purple. And I'm just going to go right in here. See what happens with this. I have never used that one before. So it draws a perfect circle. But if I was to maybe go in here and use this, then it's more like my own drawing. It's not a perfect circle, but however, I want to make a circle right in there. See that? So this is so much fun. Like I love this. And because I made money doing option trading, and I'm using my money as a tool, not so much like, well, look at me, look at how rich I am, because I'm not. I'm making enough money to pay for the things that I need to pay for to make my job easier, because I love this, just like using a regular pen. So I just wanted to kind of show you there are so many things that are available. But again, if you're computer savvy, you know, just use this. But I'm sure if I'm willing to spend the time and practice using my drawing tools from the platform, I could do that too. But I don't know. I'm like an old-fashioned gal. I like to just using my old pen. It just gives me, I have like more control, because I could either make a completely perfect circle. I could just do a home style, like, you know, circle in my own this way. But, you know, using this gadgets up here. So that's what I wanted to do. So again, like you could undo that. And you could change your color. You could clear all drawing, and it would just clear everything out. But let's talk about this UAL. If I was to close out today and look at my chart, and obviously, wow, it's gone way below here. Okay, 36.72. That's what it shows one-day movement. So it's really not fair, because my current market says 36.19 here, but one-day movement, the lows I hovered over shows like 36.72. See the numbers on the side, right side of me, this arrow here, okay? I want to maybe change this to like maybe 5-day movement. I want to look at a one-day chart at a time. So it tells me 36.02 in 5-day movement. So if it goes down to this, then I probably want to close. Let's just say this was like options instead of stocks, and it has expired date. It's supposed to expire today. Then definitely I would close this out right now. It's close enough. Or if you really want to make, you know, make extra money, and having this 36.22 to 36.02, which is possible because it's so close. It's only like, what, 20 cents difference? So you could have this set up to close at 36.02. So we could just go clear, replace order here. And it's right now 3623. If you were to unlock this lock, you'll say 3623. So you could just say 3602 like that. Or you could just put it in however you want. 3602. You could just backspace here and write your numbers down. 3602. It's only have to move like, 23 cents because current market is like 36.24, 36.22, 36.25. So you could have this and close out today. If this was an option, obviously this is a stock. So stock does not have an expiring date. So I will probably go back to my lowest number, which is looking at 20-day movement, because 10-day movement, I think it's same. No, it's same as, I guess, 20-day. 5 days, same as 3602, yeah. So if you could change this to even 10-day, we know it's a 3302, 3477, I'm sorry, 3477. And I believe even 20-day is a little bit lower, 3373 instead of 3473 in 10-day movement. So I will probably change this back to, because only like, $3 difference, 33.73 versus 36, close enough for $3. And I'm going to wait for this to move another $3 lower for me to make more money. So I will go back in here and change this to, what was that? Let's take a 33.73, 33.34. I changed it to. Maybe if I was to look at 180-day, I can't really see the number because 33.90 right there. So you could set this up at like 33.93 or whatever. If we were to look at like 180-day, for example, we're already at that. But if we were to look at like 1 year, 36.72. No, that's 1 day. Sorry about that. You got to be very, very careful. 180-day, 90-day. So yeah, 180 days the most day. 33.64. Or actually, you could even change this. Like you could change this to a time frame. Okay. You could even put this to like a 1 year custom. You could put custom in here. And then you could just put like, 1/1/22 to 1/1/23. Or you don't have to. You could put down this 1 hour or different hours, 2 hours, days, 3 days, whatever. You could do that. It's up to you. And you could just change that to 1 hour and just change that. Okay. So this tells me now it's a UAL 1/1/22 to 7/22. And it's a 1 hour basis. This candlesticks. This is what this means. So you could custom and change your days, hours, however you want. You could just put this down like 20-day, 180-day, and then it goes back there. So this what tells me it's like 180-day, 4 hours. So all this candlesticks represents within 180 days, but every 4 hours. That's what this means. So that's enough for that. But I just mainly wanted to focus and show you guys, when you gather, when you make money and using money as a tool, you could buy additional tools that you could use it for when I teach my option classes or for myself. This is just a really, really fun pen to have. But some of you guys are more comfortable. You don't want to spend an extra $70 on this pen because, you just buy one time. And as long as you don't lose it, you have it forever. And this works on any of your, pads and computers and things like that, laptops and things. But if not, you spend extra time studying these tools that's available on the platform. That's fine. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll see you guys on my next video. Have a great, great day and great week. Thanks for watching.